Welcome to Tony's online tuning class. Our hope is to help you make positive changes in your life with these recordings by providing you with guided messages from Spirit. This tuning class will give you the means to enhance your energy through the use of tuning forks, crystals, meditation, and distance healing. These energy-driven classes do not alter or shift your energies, but to help you release outdated thoughts and beliefs from your past to help you feel lighter. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your vibrational growth with us. The hardships and the challenges that all of us are feeling, Spirit is feeling that. They're always wanting to provide some way of getting comfort to you, some way of creating some insight. Because as soon as you know the truth, as soon as you know what really is going on, it's so much easier. Challenges and hardship is really prevalent on people's mind. The stress is to the roof with so many people. What we want to do to start off is very similar to last week in the last class, where we get a sheet of paper and make it a blank sheet of paper. And very similar to last week, we want you to write down right now, at this time, today's date, of what is your biggest challenge that you're going through right now, the biggest hardship, the biggest things that you're trying to get past and it's not working. Whether it's a job that you don't really like, or whether it's a relationship you're in and you're just not sure, whether it's your health, that is just the biggest thing. And we just need one thing. We know there's probably going to be more. Right now, the biggest thing on your mind that you're trying to get past that would really ease up your energies a little bit. That's why we wanted you to write it. Because when you write something down on a sheet of paper, there's actually energy on that. So when you're writing something down that is of difficulty and is of hardship, that energy that was inside of you is coming out and going onto the sheet of paper. So after we are done this particular lesson, we need you to shred that piece of paper or burn it. Write down the biggest challenges that you're going through right now and put little notes on there that is of meaningful to you, that you want to just get off your chest. No one is going to be reading this. It's completely private. And that's why we want you to start looking at things from an energetic perspective. When it comes to hardship, Spirit wants you to realize that the reason for you, anything, is of difficulty or of hardship is because when we look at something that we have in our mind, and what is you're experiencing right now is vastly different. For instance, if you really see yourself in a nice 4-bedroom house, it's really difficult in a studio apartment that's on the top floor of a convenience store to try to be there because your present reality is so close to you. So the wider that is apart, the more stress that we are feeling because we want whatever it is that we want. And the stress that comes into play is that you feel that you have to do it. That you feel that you have to work those hours. Or that you have to, with your bare hands and with your mind, have to make this and manifest this. Because deep down inside of you, all of you know that you can do this without any of that. Your mind is here for survival. That's pretty much it. It's not here for insight. It's here to keep you safe. It's here so that it'll tell you, now is the time to eat. Now is the time to do whatever it is you need to do to keep yourself healthy. But your mind manifests only after your energies are okay with something. So the reason we can read a piece of paper. And people wonder, and it isn't really a big mystery, because all of you can do it. It's just that this particular muscle, this energetic muscle, we're using it all the time, and it gets stronger. Those that only use it once a year, well, if you only can imagine if you only used your left hand once a year, how strong would it be? Always you're right. Never do anything. Even when you're picking up a coffee cup, you use your other hand, and you only use your left hand once a year. Then you could see that that particular muscle is not being used, and when you put it side by side, it'll be half the size, because the muscles are realizing, well, we're not being used. There's no reason for all this bulk. And so it adjusts, your body will adjust according to what it's being used for. Very simple, from a muscular or from a physical perspective. The energetic perspective is much the same. In that perspective, the more you use something, you start to exude energy more. I gave the example a while back that the best day that I ever had in my business was when I worked the least. And it was a time where I had worked so much years before, and it was just at a point where I couldn't do any more, and I let go, and I says, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I have 2 days to come up with my mortgage. This is years ago. I have 2 days to come up with my mortgage. I barely have $10 in my pocket. I got to come up with $1,200 for the mortgage, and this was, again, back over 25 years ago. Whatever happens, happens. We'll need more time, but I would rather not do that. And so I'll just let it happen. And in those 2 days, I came up with $1,210. Just people calling me out of the blue, and, oh, by the way, Tony, I owe you $600. Oh, I thought I'd never see that again. I felt embarrassed. I didn't want to say anything, so here you go. And then in those 2 days, I had $1,200. Says, how on earth did I do this? And it's when I just let it go and let, if I can use the word for those, I just let the universe sort of handle it. They know what I need. I just had to let go. And it's when you let go of the handlebars and assume someone else is going to be driving is when they'll take you to a different place. Maybe not where you think it's going to go, but it's always going to be something great. Everything has a vibration. And in these hard times that we're having, again, when you're looking at your present situation and it's really challenging, everything has an energy. And when we tap into that energy in some way, whether it be goal setting, I mean, we can do it from a logistical point of view. When people say, get a goal, write it down and live it, feel it, breathe it. That makes sense to that goal. But what you're really doing, Spirit is saying, is you're not living in the present moment. You're living somewhere in the future, whatever that is, in a different time where it is something that you want. And that is something that makes you happy. And when you live there, your present situation, even though it seems undetectable that it's changing, it is changing to some degree to move it to the direction in which you're focusing. Where the energy goes, that's where that flows. Where your focus is where that energy is always going.
Thank you for listening to my online tuning class. Give yourself 24 to 48 hours to process how you are feeling, which gives the body a chance to catch up on what you have cleared today. As these are powerful energy clearing classes that help relax our bodies and assist to reduce stress, if you know of anybody that could benefit from this for future classes, please spread the word. We are located on our Facebook page called Group Tuning Class with Tony, and until next time, Namaste.